Fourth after their 5-0 victory against Swansea. Meanwhile, Chelsea beating Brighton 2-0, meaning they are third. Liverpool, Stevie, everything's fine. Clean sheet, lots of goals.
Hey, listen, Liverpool's MO this year is to be in the top four because, you know, they're not good enough to win the Premier League, so they're in the position where they can get in the top four. That's what
That's their MO.
That's their MO this year.
They're fun to watch, Liverpool, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any team with a defence like that is fun to watch.
But you look at that front three.
Anybody against Swansea is fun to watch.
It's so frustrating because you think if Klopp can just, if he can just sort that keeper back line out, and who knows? But he has. That's a bigger. It's easier said than done.
Unfortunately, he did say, Mr. Klopp, that he trusts them. What he has now.
Well, of course he's going to say
that. That's rather worrying.
He's got to say that.
He's doesn't mean that.
He's got to say that. He's got to say that.
He doesn't have to say that.
Why not?
He's coming out. He's going out his way to say that. It's not like somebody like you who's trying to be clever and pushing him in to say something.
Well, the reporter probably said to him...
He's actually volunteering it.
Well, the reporter
He's got to say that. He's got to say that.
Before today's game, you'd only lost 3 less than Swansea. As far as goals are concerned, and you're trying to say, oh, I trust everybody.
The reporter probably said to him before the game, after last week at Arsenal, Mignolet's back in. What do you expect him to go? I had to play him.
You don't.
No choice.
I'm telling you, he went out his way to say it.
This should be of some interest to you. Philippe Coutinho on his future. He says, I am at Liverpool and I always do my best when I have the opportunity to play, respecting the jersey and the supporters. I do not know how the future is going to be. What will happen in January, we will know it in January. I do not know if there will be an offer. Last summer, there was a job offer in the same way that happens with any employee, and I was interested in it. Since I stayed, I have played with will and desire. Of course, a lot happened in the summer, but my will is always to play and do the best wherever I am. That has not changed. I'm here at Liverpool. We have a lot of games, and I try to do my best to help.
So you want me to decipher that?
Yeah.
So basically...
I think we kind of know what he's trying to say. Yeah, I want out, but I suppose I'll do my job while I'm here. But hey, clubs, if you want to take me in January, take me.
You know, during the summer, I had a real problem that Liverpool may let him go. And I said that they had to make a statement by keeping him. They've done that. I think it's clear Coutinho wants to go. But you have to give him a lot of credit. His performances, considering what could have been for him, have been absolutely immense. And I don't expect between now and the end of the season for that to change, because he ain't going anywhere in January. I would not be shocked, though, if he does move in the summer. Liverpool have to get some sort of war chest and bolster the defence and buy themselves a defence, because going forward they are phenomenal. They're as good as anybody, but defensively they are shocking. They've made the statement. They didn't let Coutinho go, but now I think for the good of the whole team, in order to bring a defence to Liverpool, then you sell Coutinho and you use that money. They make a difference.
The thing is, before Neymar, I would have said Philippe Coutinho was a £75 million player. Liverpool turned down twice that from Barcelona. I think that money goes a long way in getting Liverpool back to where Liverpool fans would like to see the club. The other thing for me that's also happened and also kind of helps Coutinho out the door at that price is how good Mo Salah has been since he arrived at Anfield. Firmino, for me, has also improved during the course of this season. So now you have a front three, including Sadio Mane, that is one to be reckoned with. Now, if you can still get that 150 million for Philippe Coutinho, who knows what the transfer market will be like this summer? Because I'm like, Stevie, I don't think he goes anywhere in January. Who knows what it'll be like? Neymar off the shelf, maybe comes back to the norm. We'll have to wait and see. But that money goes a long way to getting Liverpool back amongst the likes of both Manchester clubs and seriously competing for top domestic and European honours.
I think that's huge. The fact that Salah has been as good as he has means it's a lot easier to let him go. Remember, Liverpool have Naby Keita coming in, who is, I think, is going to be sensational. So that means we need a back line. Get the money, get yourself a back line, and let's get challenging for the Premier League.
With a C at the halfway stage of the season, according to their report card. Do you agree, Stevie?
C? Mm-hmm. No.
No? You'd have it higher?
No. Listen, Liverpool currently are sitting in the 4th spot.
Yep.
Let's be honest, Liverpool's reach for me this year has been in the Champions League because City's winning the Premier League. So, listen, the objective is to get in the Champions League, and right now that's where they are.
So what grade would you give them?
I'd give them a B.
Oh, a B?
Yeah.
Would you give them a B?
B, C, B. All right, I'll go with B.
Yeah, B's.
I mean, just the defending would be...
Yeah, that's like an F, and the attack's the A.
Yeah.
There you go.
The attack's been great, but... All right, C.
C?
Can't have that goalkeeper and that defending. C.
I mean, look, they've done well enough to be one of the best teams in the Premier League. But when we talk about best teams, there's only one really outstanding group, and that's Manchester City. So yeah, they're part of the group that's behind them. I'll give them a B.
B's and C's then, according to the boys in the studio, looking at Liverpool's performance so far this season.
Focus there, perhaps that wasn't there in the first half. What did you say to them to improve the performance in the second half?
First, so it's quite difficult. You can say a lot before the game in the analysis, but it's always different to see it on the game. And Swansea is a different team to play against. So they play really football, and so the best our main tool or weapon should have been today counter-pressing, because you cannot come through with all the balls, but if you very often you lose the ball and then next second it's 80 yards away. But Swansea is playing football, and our timing was not good in this situation, our formation was not good in this situation, and so we were always a little bit too late. They could play. They didn't get a lot of chances, to be honest. They had 1 or 2 half chances. But it was quite intense, and so the way was always really long to come back in the right position, the right situations. And we had, even in a not perfect, not really good first half, we had enough chances to score 2 or 3 goals, so that should be enough sometimes. So I was not disappointed or whatever in the halftime. We had to defend the situations much better. We had to be more compact. In a few moments we were kind of man-orientated. That's only allowed in our own box, and so we had these few problems and did it better in the second half. I think we scored afterwards, and the first 3 goals kind of after counter-pressing situation. So that's good. And then it looks like after the game you look on it, it's 5-0, and you think, wow, easy game. It wasn't an easy game. It was really hard work, and I have no problem with that. Absolutely not. And so I'm really happy about the things we learned in the game tonight and from the game. And good. Now it's a perfect result for us. Nobody injured as far as I know, and very important 3 points, 5 goals, clean sheet. It's all good.
Quite often, it feels at the moment that Roberto's getting the rewards for a lot of stuff that he doesn't normally get the goal. The goals are coming more and more now. I think that's a fair comment. I mean, you've always appreciated them, but sometimes the goal doesn't mean it.
Look, I'm happy for all the boys when they score, but I'm not the one. I couldn't say how many he has or how many he has, so I don't care, to be honest. It's not in my interest. The boys, if we play like we play in our good moments, then the boys will be in different situations, and it will be easy to score like the second goal of Roberto tonight. I think probably you could have scored this. Oh, that's a sad story now. Okay, I could have scored in this situation. So that's what you have to do. You have to work for that. And now Mo, everybody could see it, probably was not the happiest person in the stadium when we took him off. But it's at least I has to stay kind of reasonable or serious, whatever. There's a lot of games are to come, and so it's they all will score goals. Sadio didn't play tonight; he will score. That's how, if we play like this, if we bring the different players in the different moments in the situations, and Roberto appreciate always his effort, his performance. That he scores twice, I'm happy about that, but I could not say how many goals he scored so far in the season, because I feel he's always involved. He's always in and around the really dangerous situations for the opponent. First half, he helped the left fullback, the right fullback. He was everywhere, and at the end he scored 2 goals. So that's nice, very nice.
You had a very nice chat at the end with Trent after he scored his first Premier League goal. What were you saying to him?
Probably he said it already, did he? No, not he. I know that he got. He has no press conference after the games. No, as a defender you cannot stay in the ground. So it was his arm of the. I think it was Ayew touched a little bit the face of Trent. But as long as the nose is not broken or the nose is still where you think it should be, you have to run again. That's not for a defender, especially. It's not possible to do that. That's all. But. He's young enough to learn a lot of things, even when he's quite good in a few.
Was there an update on fitness of Jordan and Alberto?
No, length of time, actually no idea, to be honest, but not tomorrow. So both out for the next 2 games, so for sure. Yeah, New Year's Eve and 1st of January. I don't think, no chance. And then we have to see again.
Any final ones, guys? That's easy. Okay. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Day has come and gone, and so have all the festive Premier League fixtures today.
Oh, hold on, Boxing Day is still here, as we are
Boxing Day is still here.
But the games have come and gone.
Craig, let's have a look at some of the results and the table. We'll start off at the bottom half because there was some scrappy stuff there. Swansea City, after being absolutely hammered by Liverpool, firmly there at the bottom.
Well, Swansea City are in dire straits, absolutely dire straits. As are West Brom, who could do with a Tony Pulis type character to get them out. But they've just sacked him. Bournemouth as well in there. A mad game against West Ham, who've now sort of started to clamber out there. And interestingly, Crystal Palace, who everybody had them doomed after that horrendous start to the season, but an experienced manager.
They're clawing their way there.
And Roy Hodgson clambering their way out. A bit worried for one of our colleagues who's a big Southampton fan.
Flirting with danger.
Because they are heading south and heading south fast. So that's kind of how it looks at the bottom. It's slightly more interesting at the other end.
That's bad news for me, though, who has 3 Southampton players in my fantasy Premier League team. But let's not go there. Let's look at the top half of the standings now. Here they are. Big results for Liverpool and Spurs. Man United struggling there, and Man City just, they've yet to play, but they're really in no
Well, that's how I had the top 4 at the start of the season when we made the guess. I had Man United and Chelsea in different order, and I had Liverpool just sneaking in there. Now, that could change. We know Tottenham had a very good performance today, and Harry Kane was absolutely fantastic. We know Burnley had a good point at Old Trafford. It could have been 3. Leicester have got an experienced manager, and I expect them to be between that 8th and 10th spot. But the big talking point really is the gap between the 2 Manchester clubs, which by the time it gets 24, 48 hours down the road, it could be 15 points. So, I mean, let's be honest, if we put Man United in with Chelsea as the main protagonist to take on Man City this year, although Chelsea won today, the 2 of them are falling over themselves to see who can be at the Man City Championship party, which could be as early as, I don't know, at this rate, end of March, beginning of April. I don't know what the records are for the earliest Premier League title win, but expect this to be pretty much up there.
At least we have a race for second, right? I suppose that's where all the excitement is, in the Premier League.
Halfway point of the Premier League season, so we thought we'd give Gab Marcotti the opportunity to give us his best 11, not of this campaign, but just in total when it comes to Premier League players in their respective positions. This is what he has gone for, ladies and gentlemen. Gab, do you want to justify it first?
Yeah, well, I'm going to kind of shield myself because I know which players I think I'll get criticised for the most, I imagine. I think Gary Bailly's a phenomenal defender, a one-on-one defender. If I could have had Azpilicueta at right back, I probably would have, but otherwise I'll take Walker. Mohamed Salah has been so good, I think it's difficult to leave him out, but you can certainly make a case for other players. And finally, I know I'll get stick for Pogba from some, but I think the guy is really, 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 really talented and athletic. And it's just very good.
I'm not picking up a lot of hostility here.
Well, I would. One of the things, I think Alderweireld.
Yeah, that would help.
Potentially over Stones.
How do you leave David Silva out of that team?
Who would you have him in there in place of?
Well, I would have David, right now, I would have David Silva over Pogba.
Yeah?
Yeah. Right now. And I guess that's what we're talking about. So, I mean, David Silva's having a tremendous season. So he even Salah, take out Salah, put David Silva, have him playing on the outside, and then just drift in underneath the strikers. Keep Pogba, his athleticism. I like my team.
Yeah, that's it. I'm glad you do.
I like my team.
Shaq?
I agree with Gab 100%.
Wow.
Oh,
Look at that. I like that. OK, so let's just focus in now. You've got all those players lined up against the wall for your team. Who's your first pick? Who are you picking first?
That team.
Yes, well, look, you got all the Premier League players, if you like, lined
I thought
up
you
against
just
the wall.
meant just Gab's team.
No, well, you can choose if there's someone in the team that you don't particularly...
One player.
One player. Who is your first pick?
My first pick.
Your first draft pick.
Right.
Wow.
This is pausing. I'm pausing.
Yeah.
De Bruyne.
De Bruyne?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't know why you think so hard about it. I got De Bruyne.
Because I was thinking, I'll tell you why I was thinking David Silva. Because he's been so influential. That's why I was.
Hat trick.
Yeah?
Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah.
See, I just
right
liked the way that was all.
Well, that's all right. Gab, quickly.
You thought about it the most. That's what it is.
I might go for Conte simply because there's other good attacking midfielders out there. Conte's pretty unique, in my opinion.
Go contrary.
I didn't ever think about it because, as Ali said, David Silva is just year in, year out, week in, week out. It's just
To hear some love as well.
Oh, you'd have
Here's
to
my
play it?
second pick.
Oh, yeah, of course he would.
Thank you, Shaq.
All right, then. Thank you, boys.
2L, on a good way, running outside, not available for the weekend, of course. Same for Kleiny. Daniel, we have to wait. How he improved since yesterday. Adam is back in full and normal training. I think if nothing has changed since yesterday, then he will be ready for the squad at least. And Simon is okay again. Yeah.
The report card for Everton so far this season. Stevie, is that the right judgment?
Well, it depends where you were at the start of the season. I heard everybody saying because they'd spent money, they were trying to push into the top four, which I thought was a lot of nonsense. I figured they'd be in and around the pack, and that's where they are right now. So on my report card, I'm giving them a B, because that's exactly where I thought they would be.
Wow.
Yeah.
A B?
A B?
A B?
A B.
A B? A B?
No.
Yeah. They're a mid-table team.
But they're not.
They spent money on bad players. I expected them to be exactly where they are right now.
Are we marking all the Premier League teams?
Yes.
Oh, we are, right. Because I wonder why we're marking Everton. Full stop.
No, we're doing...
We're going through them all, right?
Yes.
Oh,
It depends what you were expecting.
Well, I tell you what I didn't expect was to spend millions, right, be near the bottom of the league, sack a manager with no clear plan, stumble about for a few weeks, get Allardyce in, then Sam said he didn't want it because he wouldn't come up with his staff, made a 10 million offer, or reportedly for Marco Silva, they told him to get stuff, now they had to go back to Allardyce. It's an E.
It depends. Is there such a thing?
F.
Is there such a thing as an E?
There's E? No.
This says E's.
No, there's no E.
There's definitely an E.
It's A, B, C, D.
I got
and
an
then
E in my
there's F.
A-level French. Trust me, they're E's.
How's that a way to
Why
teach
did you
kids?
even sit it?
You teach kids the alphabet. How
I
can there
didn't
be
know
no
I was
E?
going to get an E. I was hoping I'd
You
do
must have
better.
known you
There's
would
no
get
E.
B.
No.
But how can you mark grades with no E? A, B, C, D, E, F. How can you jump from a D to an F?
It's A, B, C, D. F stands for fail. If you get less than a D,
What
you
does D
fail.
stand for?
D is just D.
Done it.
A, B, C, D, fail.
But you can get E's.
No, you can't.
I got an E, Shaq.
You failed.
No, I didn't.
Right, I'm
You
giving
failed.
Everton an F.
An F.
For stumbling around, clueless, as long as they did.
This is a big gap. B to F.
Who's giving them a B?
D.
Former
Because
level.
I expected them to be...
Everton
because he spent
get D
money.
just because they're in the top of the table. Thankfully, Sam coming in and boring people
But
to
that's
death.
what we're
and
marking
getting
them on.
points.
The only,
Where they are.
the only reason they're where they are is because Allardyce took the job. They'd still be stumbling around with a caretaker manager, making ridiculous offers to X, Y, and Z to try and get their manager in.
But we're
They've been a
marking them on
shambles.
where they are right now.
No,
not what the journey's been, not
No, we're
because
marking them on
they're
the season. We're marking them on the season.
right.
That's the season.
Is that what you say at school? Oh, don't worry about what I did for the last 4 months.
Well, it doesn't.
I'm just
Don't worry
marking
about
you
the
there.
exams.
It doesn't. Well, he obviously never even went to the classes and ends up with an E because
You
because
get
of
a
that.
grade based
If
on
he'd
all
stopped
the
getting right
exams
to
and all
the
the
end,
quizzes.
he might have passed
Not
it.
one exam.
I did pass it. I got an E.
There's no such thing as an
such
E.
thing as an
Go
E.
on. You got an F and you put a little stroke at the bottom.
So that's classed as a pass.
I got an A level. I have an A level in French. Yeah.
And you got an E.
Yeah.
There's no such thing. I did A levels and there's no E.
Why would I make it up?
You got an A level in
Because you
French.
failed.
You got an A level in French.
Yes.
And then you lived in Spain for 5 years. You can't even speak a word in the
His
lingo.
French is worse than his Spanish.
Clown juice.
And that's an F. So you already got an F for Spanish.
I can't wait for the Swansea grade.
That is it. This is our final report card.
B.
Is it?
Apparently, yeah,
That's a
of this
shame.
series.
Stevie's going to get them a B. Stevie's going to
Everton
get them a B.
get a D, not an E.